Texas, baby. We are out here. You guys have probably seen the car, but you haven't met this guy yet, I don't think. You're one of those guys that you see this Foxbody and you see those wheels and you know it's his car, but you guys might not know him. So there you go. Deuces, all right?
Yeah.
So Robert, tell us a little bit about the car. How long have you had it, and what's the story behind this? Because I noticed when I pulled up, there's actually a pretty good story. There has to be. I can't wait to hear it about this car.
There is, and so it kind of goes like this. In 1992, my cousin actually purchased Mustang Granny, which, it was a Calypso, black interior car, right off the showroom floor. He loved the car, but for some reason he couldn't handle it when it became wet outside. So he decided to sell it, and guess who bought it? My grandmother, imagine that.
Oh my gosh.
And so once she bought the car, she pretty much just babied it around. So everybody at my school would look at the car and go, wow, your grandmother's really cool. She's riding around in a 5.0. And when I told them it was manual, it was like, oh, wow, she's really cool.
Yeah.
So years later, I inherited the car. It had a lot of body damage. There was a lot of different things that had gone on with the car that were neglected. So I just brought it back to my home and just started working on just getting it running.
Right.
So once the car was actually running, I started looking at different ways to kind of make it my own.
Okay. Nice.
You were correct when you said the sticker on the back, it says Mustang Granny, and that's a sticker that she put on there years ago. It's something that I will never take off.
So she put it on there?
That's correct.
Okay, I thought maybe you did it in tribute or something. That's cooler
Nope.
than she did it.
And what I did was I incorporated the sticker into my shift knob so that it also says Mustang Granny as well. It's kind of a memory with her, and also I kind of feel like when I ride, I'm riding with her. So I always tell everybody, keep the car that reminds you of your family member, because when they're gone, it may be the only thing that reminds you the most of them.
Absolutely, dude. That's a cool story. Like my grandmother didn't know nothing about Mustangs. Definitely not a Foxbody. That's freaking awesome. Like, seriously.
It turned a lot of heads.
I bet, dude.
She was always trying. They were always trying to race her. Of course, she might be doing 30 miles an hour in third gear, but
that car don't look like it. So
exactly.
Of course, everybody wants you. So Robert, tell us a little bit about the car. Like, what's the setup on this car? It's obviously got some seriously custom wheels. Tell us about the wheels, the look of the car, and then we're going to get into the engine.
Okay, well, that's easy enough. When I first inherited my car, I actually had a lot of damage that you may not be able to see now because of all the work. But one of the first things that I did after I got it running was put it through paint and body and go ahead and give it some fresh paint. And then once we got through all that, I actually started looking at different wheels. Now, because it was a 4-lug, I switched over to a 5-lug and wanted to put some kind of wheels, so I put some black Rovers on it. Rovos is what they're called. And the problem with the black wheels was every time I took a picture, they just wouldn't pop out. And so I thought to myself, what would look really sick against this metallic looking green paint? And came up with the aluminum polish look. And so what we did is we set out to find a wheel that maybe would work really well. I wanted something that was a little bit different, yet kind of took you back a little bit. So what I did was I found me a wheel producer that could make these 3-piece custom wheels for me. And, it took them I'd say I waited about 4 months to have these built. And as they were being built, they would send me little pictures of this and that. And, of course, they put a lot of love into them. When they got there, it was worth the wait. So if anybody says, I don't want to wait 4 months to get a custom wheel made, hey, it's worth it. This wheel came out just the way I wanted it.
Yeah, so tell us, everybody always asks, and you know this, what's the offset? What's the wheel tire setup? Everybody always wants to know. Is it tubbed? Is it mini? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, there's no tubbing going on. This is all a factory setup. These wheels have actually been measured to fit my vehicle.
Perfect.
I would say anybody would want to go out and actually
do a complete fitment tool.
Pay to have them, measured to fit their car, because every car can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah. What's the size tire you're running on the rear?
That right there is a 275/35/18. And then in the front, I have the 275 3018.
Okay.
And this way, it gives it a little bit more tuck into the fender well without the rim having to set inward as much.
Okay.
So we've actually stretched it out a little bit. But the front are 9 by 18, and the rear are 10.5 by 18.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. And obviously, it's lowered. You're on static springs, coilovers. What are you on?
We're running the Viking coilovers, dual adjustable, so we can get the ride height and get the actual soft ride.
Nice. I love that, man.
Then in the rear, we went ahead and put on some UPR control arms. We've got the sub frames underneath there to hold her together to keep her from flexing. She's pushing out about 650 horsepower to the wheel and about a 600 torque.
About this.
Well, North Texas
NFC.
Foxbody Club was, it was put together a lot longer than I've been there. But since I've been there, I've actually climbed up the rankings to admin to help organize and put on great things. What we do in our community is enjoy our cars. So you can go to our Facebook page and take a look at it. We have over 1,800 different members, a lot of them that are mainly around our area. We do a lot of monthly events. We do a lot of car shows. It's a good way to get out and get in your car and actually put some miles on it. Enjoyment is the number one thing with anything you put your heart to, and we sure enjoy our cars, that's for sure. Here's what we got. We got a 363 dart block. We're running the 205 trick flow heads, all ported and polished. We also have the YSI Vortex Supercharger, and we got the sticky grip pulley on it with the R-Box trick flow that I sent off to California and had them do all this polishing that you're seeing.
That is absolutely incredible. This green with all the polished pieces is just such a great contrast, man. It looks fantastic.
I really appreciate it, man. There's been a lot of people that have put a lot of love into this car.
I love it. So you said earlier, you said the power numbers. It was what, around 650?
It's 650 to the wheel and 600 torque. And I wanted to be very modest with how much I pushed it, because if you had been following me, you would definitely know that the last engine was just as pretty, but I cracked it completely in half because a YSI is no joke to a stock 302 block.
Right? Yeah.
So when they say stay under, don't get up to 550 horsepower, they mean it.
Yeah.
And I will contest to that. So what we have here is we've switched over to the Holley ECU Terminator X. We've got the seats are Recaros from, got them imported from Malaysia. And then we did the little swap of the radio, as you can see. I wanted a little bit more charging power for my phone, so obviously I put in the cup holders and the charging ports to give us a little bit more updated look. The stereo system actually has a 12-inch woofer in it with a Pioneer NXX 8200. so it's a really nice sounding system. It does have 2 different amps by Audiobahn.
Nice. Got the good setup in here.
Went ahead and put the 80, I think it was 83 tilt steering inside of the car so that we could adjust the steering wheel a little bit. Right now, actually, what we got is the Flowmaster Super 10s, and then I know a lot of people don't, but I liked it. I've got some straight cut exhaust. I had this shipped to me from Miami, and I had these actually hand polished because they don't come hand polished. You have to do the work yourself. But I just love the way that they wrap around the back of the wheel, and it looks pretty sick from a distance.
Give me a little rum.
My name's Robert Civis. I'm staying grounded for life, and this is Foxbody FX. If you don't know, you do now. No.
Thanks for watching the channel. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much. Watch another video, and we'll see you soon.